Hello guys and girls, Voices from the Dark here. Welcome back to more Medieval 2 Total War, playing the Britannia campaign as Norway, on very hard difficulty. It's been a while since I last played. It's currently October 11th. Last I played was September 23rd, so it's been like 1.5 months, because I just binged. I had some long sessions, we achieved a lot, so I've jumped back into it now and gotta freshen up on what's going on what fronts and where we want to move and what we want to do. First things first, I have a particular fondness for Irish women, as I have said before, but Gustav does not. Also, he is so naive and innocent that he lacks the cunning to sneak up on even a corpse. So, he's gonna try to kill Aislinn O'Neill here. And if he fails, oh well, he's a sucky assassin. If he succeeds, maybe he can rise in the ranks and become something more. Meanwhile, King Magnus the Merciless is going to be gathering a new army from Tipperary right here. And then we're going to be preparing for Athenry. Emond, I am sending north to deal with Prince Griffin, who is approaching New Oslo. So, I kind of actually want to send him somewhere else. I kind of want to send him up to Athenry instead, because I feel like I have enough forces here in New Oslo. I also have Borislav Follingborg and John Follingborg, the Follingborg brothers, the sons of the prince, who could potentially deal with it if a problem was to arise. Now our diplomats within reach of England and Ireland. How are you guys feeling on the topic of peace? Yeah, they still don't feel like peace. Here's the thing, they got boundless wealth. Let me see if I can figure out just how much they have, which is interesting. Where does the money come from? Because I've taken most of their cities. They only have 2 castles left. Yet they still managed to do this. Let's see, financial ranking. Oh, it looks like they're tanking. But still, looks like they possess like over 80,000 gold right now. That's insane. That's really insane. I guess they don't spend it as much as I do. I mean, if I don't spend gold for a few turns, I'm gonna get, you know, hundreds of thousands as well. But I spend it as soon as I can, and that's seems to be a pretty good way of going about doing things, you know? Let's hire one more spare militia in the town, so we can keep it safe. Now, Dublin, I built you up to withstand so much, but nobody's attacking you. Oh well, whatever. Currently in Castletown, we are producing a few troops. Now, why are we producing these troops? Because we need to send them to support Carlisle. The situation here in the east is a little bit dicey, but here is my general game plan for what's going to be going on. So, we've taken Carlisle, one of 2 Barons Alliance cities. Now we need to take Newcastle in order for them to properly be destroyed as a faction. How do we do this? Well, Håkon is going to be doing it for us. Håkon Storegård, it's got a big farm and a big dick, it's a big heart. And there are some trebuchets here that are going to be joining him, so what we are going to be doing is that we are going to be moving him over to this ship. We'll sail the ship down and we'll go into Newcastle. Now, as long as Lord Perkin is outside, we might struggle a little bit. Which is why we are going to be distracting him. We are going to be sending out small forces of spare militia down the road. And we're going to be like, oh, here I am. Come and take me. And I'm going to see if I can trick him away from the city far enough so that I can sally in, take the city, crush them as a faction. Then I can border on Wales instead. And we can focus our attention there. Also, one less faction in the mix is going to be good. Now, Wales is dividing us right here. It's bordering us from England, which is good, because as soon as we destroy Ireland, England is going to be our next target of expansion, so things are gonna get pretty rough over here pretty soon. This is a fortress as well, and I think we did like a rather anticlimactic fortress battle sometime, but this is gonna be like a proper fortress, because they got men up the wazoo, and they got Captain Don outside, who might reinforce it further. But without further ado, I don't think we can make a lot of moves here. I think we gotta hit the end turn button, don't we? Because I don't think there's a whole lot we can do. A lot of these guys have spent all of their movement points. So I'm actually gonna move these guys together. Is this enough of an army to take the town? Unless it gets reinforcement, it's plenty of men. But what I want to do is that I want to just leave... We need to hire even more spare militia. More spare militia, constantly more militia. We need to try to hold what we have taken. Now, we also need to try... Now, as you can see, Lord Perkin can't reach me this round, which is good. So we'll figure out how we want to move Håkon to avoid detection. Now, I want to keep hiring where I can. I don't have the cash at the moment, so I should probably cancel some building projects. I still don't know how to say this town name. I'm tempted to just say dumb fries, you know, the kind of fries you get at McDonald's, but I know that's not right. I'm actually going to try to Google that and be like, how do you pronounce this?
Dumfries.
Don't fucking...
Dumfries.
Shut up! Dumfries? Dumfries. It has 2 likes, 0 dislikes, so I'm gonna go with that. Dumfries. Yes, in the town of Dumfries. In Freetown. In Dumfries we have Skufti who's taking care of things. And we got some men sent over from Castletown to help take care of things even further. So as long as we're getting men here and there. Now I want to cancel some sort of build project. Something stupid. Market, who cares? Men are more important. Quite a considerable military we have, but are we the strongest military-wise? I think so, which is good. The day another nation rises to get bigger military, that's when I'm gonna get real scared. Okay, I think we are good for the turn. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's see what they're up to. Ah, the Irish princesses. Doing their little jiggy, trying to get as far away from me as they can. Not this time. You won't leave me again. We're gonna send some assassins to deal with those. They're just wonderful practice. I got them taking care of some rebels. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind. Wear yourself out all you want. Captain Dawn and his giant army is coming down near Tipperary. Tipperary, not Tipperary. Why did I say Tipperary so much? I don't know. It clearly says Tipperary and not Tipperary. I misread it once. Oh, is she trying to marry herself away? She knows an assassin is coming. She's like, ah, take me. I don't know why. I misread it once and my brain just didn't bother double checking. So it just became Tipperary in my mind. And for that, I do apologize. But I think to avoid any further confusion, maybe we should rename the town to something. Or just try to... Oh, you're trying to bribe Carlisle, but Lars is there, and Lars won't let you do that. Lars is the man! He's becoming one of my favorite people, just because of all the babies he's pumping out, and his ability in combat, and all of his good traits, and all of his wife's good traits. They're a power couple. They're the very definition of a power couple. Okay, the Burns Alliance has a second backup army standing by right there. So even if I do send up some troops, yeah, they have some smaller forces here, which might try to... Burislav Follingborg, one of the Follingborg brothers, can get himself a wife. Yay! Merchant Skill in Kirkwall, no. Blockade Newcastle, yeah, sure. I mean, I can do that. Alright, so what we're gonna do is that we're gonna move Håkon into the woods. They can't reach me up here, even if I'm not hiding. There we go. So I'm gonna blockade that. Gonna get Håkon on, and then we're gonna be in position to strike Newcastle. Now, we could still strike while Lord Perkin was there, but I would prefer not to. Yeah, the only area we're not doing that well in is financial at the moment. Dumfries can get a new stone wall, and so I will. Faction announcements. Gunvor Follingborg. Hey! Another child in the Follingborg line? Adela Hunger. Cool. Skapti is fair in rule. Prince Snorri is an overseer. Ah, that's a good one. Olaf is an architect. Oh, and that's also good. Okay. Good times all around. Making some roads. As you can see, we are recruiting. Ooh, Dumfries got itself an assassin. Harknud Haraldsson. With such a badass name, how can you possibly fail? We'll start with you. Please stop bribing my town. Thank you and good night. They are back! They are back. They are back. In black. They are back in black. Animations are back. This is wonderful. I spit on my screen. This probably means the princess animations are back too. Oh. Ho ho. Good job. Hired blades. And the Fallingborg line keeps rising. Alright, alright, alright. Ralph, you are going down. He's next on my list. This assassin, Hariknut Haraldsson, is gonna go all over the place, killing every single diplomat he can. The diplomats have proved just how deadly they can be. So, I'm gonna send over the Huskarls here. And we'll mix in some spare militia too, just to have enough men. I can probably get away with having a very small garrison in some of these towns. We'll just send it all more over in this general direction. Yeah, let's do that. Send a little bit at a time. And then now we should be able to reinforce the fort down on the road fairly well. Let's see. But all of these guys have worn themselves out. These guys can go and hold the fort. Alright, that's a bit of an army. Should be able to hold back that at the very least. Maybe send some crossbow militia to pelt them from the walls. Now that fort is fairly safe. That's good. So as you can see, our border here is growing stronger. We've set up a plan. Now, we need to try... They have... I need to tempt them. I need to tempt them. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to move an army down. Just a totally worthless spare militia army. Right here. Now, Maurice is probably going to go for it. And I would prefer it if it was Lord Perkin who went for it, but maybe it's all just part of the plan to try and actually, yeah, finally I can start killing these guys who keep doing the boogie woogie down by the fort. Okay, I believe that's most of what we wanted to do on this side. Now we can focus on Ireland. What would we want to do right here? Well, we do have the big army coming in, so it wouldn't be a proper episode without a proper battle. So what we're gonna do is that we need to create a huge and fearsome force that we can fight with. So, we'll start by getting some more cavalry involved, and what we're doing here is that we are swapping out, boop. So we'll just have the best of the best. 82 is still pretty decent. Alright, so a few more men. I don't really want... Let's get some of those archers, some of the men. Now, we do have the revolt here. The revolt, it's a bit tricky to use, but when you use it, it is so much fun. So just for the fun factor and just trying to spice it up, we're going to bring the revolt onto the battlefields. Let's also bring the crossbowmen here. I feel like that's a fairly decent mix. I'm not going to bring any siege equipment because this is going to be a field battle. So as you can see, now we're going to swap here. A huge and fearsome force. Then we're gonna sally forth to take out Captain Don. Is he gonna run? He's probably gonna stand and fight. He feels fairly confident. Are you ready? Horseboys! Ireland's Dankest meme has arrived. These are missile cavalry. Missile cavalry can be... They're quite squishy. I mean, if you get a good charge, they're gone. If you don't get a good charge, if an army of missile cavalry meets an army of infantry, you gotta play that infantry really well in order to position yourself in such a way that you can catch the missile cavalry, because these guys can decimate you. Especially if you're like trying to chase them down, they will ride one way, look the other way, and throw spears in your faces. It's infuriating. So, we gotta be very careful when we face the horseboys. They're easily crushed, but if you underestimate them, you will pay. They got some Ulster swordsmen here. They look to be a discount version of the Gotland footmen, from what I can see. They got their good old archers. Nothing particularly impressive. Weaker Huskarls. That's what all of these guys are. Just weaker versions of Vikings. Okay. I think we should actually do this. I feel like we should take this battle and fight them upon the battlefield this day. King Magnus the Merciless versus Captain Don. Begin. Well then, it was a cold and stormy evening. No thank you. No thank you. Really, no thank you. Okay, it's dawn. I fail to see how this is a night battle, But, okay. Dawn battle. Doesn't sound as cool, but it'll do. So, what I like to do when facing missile cavalry is use my archers against them. Because my archers have superior range to them, I do believe. I don't think missile cavalry has quite the range of archers. So what we do is that we set up a line. This is just going to be the standard formation for a lot of these battles. Because ever since I tried it out and found it useful, I don't want to use anything else. Just like this. So, we are going to be moving up in this formation. Anything they try to throw at us in melee, we will reflect with the Vikings. Anything else that tries to take us from a range, we will deal with using range. We do have the Revolt though. What do we do with the little Revolt? That's the question. Here it is. The organ gun. If an army charges you and you shoot them in the face with this, chances are they'll flee. They'll flee so fast. They'll go crying and running home to their mothers. So we're going to be setting out the Revolt here, and we are going to take the Spear Militia I feel I can spare to protect them. So they'll be right here. These guys are going to be moving up together. So if the Revolt ever comes in trouble from somebody, Spear Militia will be there to save the day. Now it is potentially weak against the horseboys, but we will deal with that when the time comes. So we have 5 units of cavalry. So we're going to take 3 of them, the triple general, and we're going to set them on the side here. We're going to be moving up as usual, sending the generals around to where they are needed, figuring out where the horseboys are going to be going, because a very good way to deal with the horseboy is to, well, crash into them. So if you send one troop this way and they flee another way, but you have somebody set up ready to flank from that direction, then they'll suffer. So we'll try our best. Now these guys can actually go into like wedge formations. That's kind of cool. I'm not sure how useful it is because I feel like you don't really get the full power of like a charge like this where you have like boom, 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 boom. You only get 1 point of impact with the hedge formation, you know? The wedge, not the hedge. It's the difference between a wedge and a hedge, Dark. Here we go then. Brave men. It's probably going to be a lot of pausing during this battle to make sure that everything is as it should be. But I've actually decided to disable the regular battle music during Medieval 2 Total War's battles, and I'll replace it with music that I put together myself, either from the soundtracks or other soundtracks if I feel that it's appropriate, just to give these battles a little bit more spice. We can have music like this, or like this, but most likely we'll have something that's quite fitting. Oh gosh, these Sami axemen are sort of stretched thin a little bit because of what I did. So let's just re-stretch them, start the battle, and let's have a look at what we're facing today. And oh boy, do we have horseboys ready. Okay. On this flank, we have 2 groups of horseboys. They're probably... I'll probably have to use my generals to deal with that. Now, over here they have lines and lines of archers, all standing ready to fight. Behind them... a lot of infantry, particularly heavy infantry, followed by some of their cavalry, and they have a catapult as well. Okay. But, that is kind of nasty, because when they don't have a catapult, I feel like I have a lot more time, and I tend to stress less. But when it's a catapult involved, I feel like I'm on like a ticking timer before a good shot comes in from their end. 2 horseboys here as well. That might be a little tricky for my feudal, for my peeps to deal with. So I feel like what I'll do is that I'll send in the feudal knights over here, and then we will set up the huscarls over here to charge them from the sides, and hopefully be able to entrap them. We'll see how they decide to travel, because they might go here, and then I'll come and swoop them up. It's a bit of trial and error, because you got to figure out where the enemy is going, and then try to realign yourself properly. Now, the king, I feel like let's send Geller over to these guys and the king over here, so that Geller is on the front facing more of their enemies, so that, you know, I care more about the king than I do Geller, honestly. I know Geller is nice. Geller is really nice, but still. Then we're going to send Ulrich over here. So what he's going to do is that he's going to be prepared to take care of anybody who might try to move over in this general direction. Now, we're going to take our main line of infantry, and we are going to just... move them up here. Alright. Then we're going to take our archers and move them right behind. Disable skirmish mode, have fire at will on, and these guys are going to be guarding. So they'll... Okay, right. Also, we have... also, almost forgot. We have the revolts, don't we? What I'm going to do with the revolt is that we're going to be setting up the revolt on the hill right here. And we're going to see if we can get some cool shots off. Alright. Let the fight begin. Let's get some cool shots here. Of everybody running across the field. Boom, ba-da-dum, boom, boom, boom. So let's see how it goes over here on this front. As you can see, we have two generals clumped together here trying to find them. As you can see, we have Ulrich going from the side here. Very good, very good. Keep it up, keep it up. And as you can see, they're going to try to outrun me. So it's important that we try to catch them. And we don't really want to be pursuing them like this because this is where they do very well. So we're going to have Ulrich come around like this to try and stop them. Oh, did we hit them? Oh, we hit a few of the horseboys. This is very, very good. Do not give up. Keep charging. Okay.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Over here, it appears that our feudal knights have made contact with the horseboys. Yes, indeed. This is very good. The revolt is in firing position. The revolt has a target. I repeat, the revolt has a perfect target. All right, they're going to set up. Get ready to fire. Wait for it. Wait. Come on. I gotta see this. Oh, it's firing. Look at them. Look at them take spears to the face. I love it. Okay. Over here we have a huge line of infantry trying to hold back their own lines of infantry here. As you can see, we totally broke the archers just by using that one unit. And if the light cavalry tries to take them out, let's see. Aim the revolt at the light cavalry, because we got spearmen protecting them here. Now, our cavalry over here is struggling a little bit. They're being tormented by those gosh darn guys. Did we get the horseboys? Oh, we got them, apparently. We've chased them across most of the map here. Okay. Let's see what we can do over here with the light cavalry. Just give them a little charge. But let's just keep an eye on the health of our generals here. Oh, can we catch them? Almost, almost. It's very... Oh, there we go. Catch them. There we go. They're goners. They're goners. They cannot stay in prolonged melee combat. They are goners. All right. So we have our group here ready to fight. Let's move them all up. We got to start pushing now a little bit. Because especially over here, we got to get a few of these groups that we have fighting here. We got to send them over here to support our generals who are now fighting the light cavalry. So there should not mean any casualties on our end. But let's pull away. Let's pull away just so I can get an overview of the captains, the generals, and see how hurt they are. Magnus, let me just take a quick pause. Okay, so Ulrich and Geller are definitely blooded, but King Magnus is actually pretty good. Alright. Let's set them up and prepare for some charges or another. We have some extra troops coming up here. I'm gonna send my Huskarls off the battlefield now because I don't want to lose all of my men here. Alright. They decided to split off a few light cavalrymen for me to deal with. That's totally fine by me. Now we should have some... Oh. Alright, everybody. Get the knights here. The Sami axemen are getting surrounded here. They're going to rout if they feel surrounded, so we gotta get over here and protect them as soon as possible. Now, my revolt did a little bit of work, and I'm very proud of my revolt, but it's probably not going to do much more. I want to use it in a more proper sense and get some proper shots. Look at that! Charging through! Now that was a glorious charge. I am very, very happy with how that went. Because now the king can get a charge into the rear of the English heavy billmen. And that should suffice in breaking them on all fronts here. Yeah, they look pretty... wait. The horseboys got behind my lines? No! How? Oh, but look at this. Look at this. Despite the horseboys getting behind my lines, my archers alone can keep them off. Why did I even fear the horseboys? Come on. They're nothing. They're pathetic. Okay. Very good. Now, we gotta go chase them. Actually, General, you guys were having a fun time chasing down these knights, weren't you? Yeah, just keep on doing that. Alright, move up our archers too to do their thing. The feudal knights, what are they up to? As you can see, they've been chasing horseboys straight off the map. Good job. So what we're going to do with these two troops is that we're going to retire them off the battlefield so we can replete their numbers. They did their job. Nobody can give them any shit. They did a good job keeping that flank busy. Alright, so we got to keep the guys moving up together with the rest of them. So now it's just a matter of cleaning up, you know, the rest of the mess here. Everybody's just running around the battlefield, not really sure where to go. As you can just look at the map, it's just a big mess, but at least it's a positive mess, if that's a thing. So I'm just gonna speed this up a little bit now and try to take care of the rest of them. There we go. Wonderful. Now we definitely want to use our cavalry as much as possible to take care of these guys. There we go. Make sure nobody flees. Nobody leaves this battlefield alive. The more we take now, the less will come back to fight another day. And you guys, are there even anybody you can catch? Anybody who's headed over here? Looks fairly dead on that side of the battlefield, actually. Let's try to chase down some of these poor knights here. Oh. They tried. They'll get a participation medal. Actually, no, they'll just get a shot to the face. Yay! Alright, good job. Who's the last person fleeing here? Aw, these poor little men. Bye-bye.
All civilized peoples will be awed by the
That went fairly well. That went fairly well indeed. It was a bit messy and a bit chaotic, and I couldn't really keep my eyes on all parts of the battlefield at the same time. Goodbye. Damn it. The army survived. Okay, we gotta turn the music back on now. Okay. King Magnus, the Merciless. Now it seems fairly safe to do the M key. Now we gotta send away all of the troops that are damaged so they can get repaired, so to say. They need a little break. They need to chill. I don't count 88 as being depleted. 88 out of 90, that's still extremely good, so you guys keep it up. Alright, so what we want to do now is that we want to bring Eamon's army over here so we can get 2 strong armies. King Magnus' army needs a little bit of a freshening up, and Athenry is going to be a fortress, so taking it is going to be a bit different. We won't necessarily want as much cavalry, so we'll probably want to focus on some other troops. We'll hire some more militia just to keep the town happy. And then I'll probably... I'm a bit hesitant, but I'm going to send over some men from New Oslo in order to aid the war effort over here. But I would have to send them down this route, definitely. Alright. We'll send some extra troops. New Oslo seems fairly safe. Now, Burislav and John, I have so many commanders here in Ireland. I feel like I can actually spare a few, so we might potentially send them over to Carlisle, perhaps. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to take these troops, move them ashore, get them into Carlisle as quick as possible. Then we're going to send this boat down over here, where we're going to be grabbing the Fallingborg brothers and have some fun with them. Irish Princess, Aislinn O'Neill, 33% chance. Oh! No cutscene after all. Maybe they don't play cutscenes in Ireland? For some reason? Well, he failed to kill a pretty girl.
Think about touching this noble lass.
18-year-old girl, you failed. Good job. That's okay. It's just one less guy on the payroll, you know? No tears were shed.
Who is my target?
Okay. Have we done what we wanted to do this round? Have we achieved what we wanted to achieve? I don't necessarily... Alright, we have some spare militia here to keep Cork happy. I would like to have Halder in the action and not just have him camped in this town. It might be difficult. I don't think I can move him out just yet. The town needs a strong leader. Let me see, Charles. I could potentially... yeah, I can move out Charles, and I'll move Charles down to Cork, and then I'll move Huldor up to be part of the battle. Because I think you guys would prefer to see Huldor on the battlefield rather than just sitting in Cork. Like, oh, this is fun. You know, he had a freaking city named after him. He needs to be on the battlefields. And we have enough garrison here to really scare away any attack from Prince Griffin. So that is wonderful. Well, I think that concludes our turn. We have a little bit of money that we might want to spend somewhere. It's always good to spend some money. And if it turns out we can't afford whatever we're building, then we'll cancel it. Simple as that. It's as simple as that. Aran, I'm so glad the little towns are coming along. Ragnvaldia is not too happy, probably because of the high tax rates. But I'll build a little church and they'll feel better about things in no time. Okie dokie. What do you feel like doing? The Irish princesses are just running. They got the memo. Somebody's out to get them. And they are just added. Oh, there's 3 of them on the map now. This is going to be actually... I still have an assassin here, right? Or did I send... No, I have Ulfedin here. Ulfedin is my best assassin as well. This should just be easy peasy for him. This should be child's play. And it kind of is, considering they're barely even adults. It's terrible. They'll be like, oh, look at that, 16-year-old. Well, better die. But such is the way. They went into their little pawn boat. How wonderful. But it's their fault. I mean, the princesses can actually join armies on the move, so they would probably be safer if they just stayed with an army, but they're not. They're just walking around like that. Now, they've moved some of their guys over near Athenry to try and reinforce it, probably. They realize that it's going to be coming under attack. Wales, can you bugger off? Didn't I just murder one of your diplomats? Are you seriously going to do this again? It's a rather puny force from Wales. Doesn't scare me too much. Now, the Barons Alliance, they're probably... Did I set out some spare militia bait yet? I can't remember. Yeah, I did. I set out a very weak troop there that I'm expecting them to attack. I'm hoping Lord Perkin will attack, but I'm... Oh, the diplomat went on the boat. Did you see that? He probably sensed the assassin coming. Oh, yes! Lord Perkin moved. It's in motion. It's in motion. The plan is in motion. Okay. Tipperary can get us a little stone upgrade. Wonderful. Edinburgh, get those stone walls going, baby. And then, new family member, Frederick Sturgor. Yay! Have more babies, Mr. Big Farm. Good, 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 good. Lots of militia and Cork. Okay. Lord Perkin has moved. He did leave behind a few troops. There's mostly artillery here. I feel like my army is good enough. I'm one step away from taking the city.
With honor, virtue. We have an honor to serve. Leading out, moving the men ashore.
It wasn't good enough. It wasn't. I should have kept him in the. I should have kept him on the boat. Now they see the attack coming from a mile away. Ooh. Yo, Lord Perkin, you got a freaking problem? Okay, I gotta send my spare militia here to, Actually, yeah, I need to send up more, militia troops. It's like, oh, look at this! There's a spare militia here. We should go kill that. That's an easy picking for me. Alright, let's go kill Maddock over here. I think, didn't I deal with him in the past? To bring peace or something? The cutscenes work on this side. Okay. I suppose. Snake in the bed sheets. Well, and you are dead. Wonderful. Assassin. If that diplomat's on a boat...
That's right, fool. It's an enemy ship.
Did you just call me a fool? You freaking fool. I don't really appreciate that, so I'm gonna send some boats up to sink you and your diplomat. Unless he's gonna, like, get to shore first. We'll see how that works out. Okay. We're starting to get a little bit of a reject army here in Carlisle. It's nothing impressive, but it's something. All right, Fallingborg brothers. Onto the ship. And we will bring with you
Yes.
some huscarls as well. There we go. Then we'll send these guys over to Carlisle to strengthen us on this front.
Sail no further today.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot else I can do. Perkin finally moved, but we goofed a little bit. I figured maybe we could travel further this way because of the boats, high mobility, but... Ooh. Looks like we're almost messing up this one. Still no more ceasefire, that's interesting.
Until we meet again, sire.
Wales won't like this, but... Oh well. They can suck it.
An honor
Now, what we could do is that we could move Lars over to the border here to set up a watchtower. Oh, that's risky. Welsh watchtower. Why did they get that watch? Oh, because the border goes right here, actually.
An honor to serve, my lord.
Okay, so as long as we can reach back to Carlisle, we can do this.
With honor.
Right here. There we go. Now we can finally see some more. Okay. Good. With that tower, there's now no more shadow in the land, and I can have a clear view of... They try to sneak past me. Iron? How valuable of a trade resource are we talking about?
Ready to trade.
Harold is trading for 102 florins. Iron is 180, but getting there is going to take years, so it's really no point at this point. Let's just build a few more thingies, I suppose, and let's turn our attention to Ireland. Now, this is going to be...
An order.
We can assault Athenry. We can assault the walls right away even, but I think we need a stronger army. I think we should besiege a little, get a few siege towers, because the siege of Athenry is going to be our biggest battle of the campaign yet, so... And Ireland knows, and they might even send backup this way, so... We're potentially facing a huge, huge battle, so... Tune in to the next episode when we... start some beef! But still, good day, take care, and stay awesome. But most importantly, everybody... Stay dark. Goodbye.